Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is now January 29th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise, and exactly where things are going by both Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, in case you guys are uninformed, both Disney and Lucasfilm are currently developing their new Star Wars universe. In case you guys have no idea what that really is, that's essentially going to be their way of developing a new expanded universe. Essentially, brand new stories surrounding new characters and some familiar characters that we all know and love. That's going to also fill in the gaps in between many of the Skywalker saga-oriented movies, as well as giving us new Star Wars stories to come in the near future. Now, on top of all of this, we do know that Episode 9, at the end of the day, was the culmination of the Skywalker saga. It was the very end of the Skywalker saga, and that's what Disney and Lucasfilm wanted to do from the very start. However, ever since the release of The Last Jedi, there was a great divide between fans based on what Rian Johnson did to the character of Luke and how he really told the story throughout Episode 8 and how it kind of affected some Star Wars lore and how the structure of the plot really wasn't all that well put together. So, The Last Jedi is probably the most hated Star Wars movie out there, even more so than The Phantom Menace for some people. So, when we look at Episode 9, obviously they had an attempt to fix elements of this. However, one plan that Disney and Lucasfilm has in store has to do with rewriting The Last Jedi in a very strange and odd way. Now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are done with the sequel trilogy and The Rise of Skywalker, they are currently focused on their new Star Wars universe, which will consist of TV shows, movies, books, comics, and more, that will actually tell new stories of the Star Wars galaxy and its characters that will be introduced throughout this decade. However, both Disney and Lucasfilm are said to have a bigger plan at play here for the Star Wars sequel trilogy, and that this new plan has to do with a strategy to rewrite The Last Jedi in unique and surprising ways for the fans, after realizing the backlash from the fans since its release back in December of 2017. This is Disney's way of satisfying the fans and regaining their lost and loyal fan base, and for those who are very unhappy with Luke Skywalker. It's noted that Disney and Lucasfilm have a strategy in order to rewrite The Last Jedi in the form of comics, books, novels, graphic novels that will also retell the film. And as for the comics, they are also looking to add in brand new scenes that will enhance the character of Luke Skywalker and others. However, the new books and novels are said to be a part of this new Star Wars universe as well, that will retcon many elements of The Last Jedi and retell elements of the movie, and their way to fully utilize the character of Luke to his maximum potential, where some of the major scenes will be altered in this new Star Wars universe, where this is Disney's plan to rewrite or remake The Last Jedi in unique ways for the hardcore fans, and that they are trying to reunite the fan base as we speak for this year leading into 2021. It's noted that these stories are said to be released sometime next year that will retell the story of The Last Jedi in a significant way, and that they even plan to publish a graphic novel that will visually retell the scenes. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and as to why I'm kind of excited about this, but at the same exact time, I feel like it might not do anything for a lot of Star Wars fans out there. A lot of Star Wars fans would rather Disney and Lucasfilm to add in deleted scenes and kind of just mesh it together with a new final cut of the movie. Something around those lines, they could do, because we do know that the original cut of The Last Jedi, in case you guys didn't know this, was in or around 3.5 hours, as Rian Johnson said in one of the interviews about 2 years ago. So, this attempt by Disney and Lucasfilm, it really seems desperate once again. It seems like that what they're trying to do is obviously they're trying to really patch their ways, right? Patch together what was broken. And that's the one thing about The Last Jedi, is that this created a great divide between fans. Almost everybody I know that is a Star Wars fan, or even just a casual fan that doesn't really know much about Star Wars, didn't really like The Last Jedi at all. And I myself included, I did not like this movie, as I expressed, a couple of months ago. I talked about this. I actually hated the movie, and that's just my opinion, and, everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's okay. If you guys love it, that's fine. But this attempt to rewrite The Last Jedi in the forms of comics, books, graphic novels, and regular novels, you name it, I think it could work to some of the fans, but do I think it's going to work to the majority? Not necessarily, because there's one thing here. Not all Star Wars fans read the extended material. What am I talking about? I'm talking about what I just said, like the graphic novels, the books, the novels, you name it, right? So that's the only problem that I see here by Disney and Lucasfilm, is that a lot of fans don't really read into that. A lot of hardcore fans do, but the casual fan base, not so much. You know, if you guys ask some of the casual fans out there, a lot of them don't really read up on every single book and every single comic there is for the Star Wars universe under Disney, and even for the old EU. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to